Is Quinshon Judkins one of the best running backs in the 2025 NFL draft class? Let's find out. Welcome back to the All Pro Football Data Show. My name is Jim Cobern. As you already know from the title, we are talking about Quinshon Judkins. He is a running back in this particular draft class that has a lot of interesting data to speak about. If you're new to the channel, new to the stuff that I do, you can go to the link in the description to learn more about analytics. And consider becoming a Patreon subscriber at patreon.com/jcoburn. Let's get to his data. The first place we need to go to with Judkins is his offensive receiving and touchdown market share. Taking a look right here, Judkins had a 72 percentile total offensive market share score, 38 percentile in terms of receiving market share, and then 81 percentile if you round up for his touchdown market share. When you look at the All-Pro averages, the Pro Bowl averages, and the starter averages at the position, he doesn't meet any of the All-Pro averages, but he does meet some of the Pro Bowl averages in terms of touchdown market share, and he also meets at least two of the metrics for starter averages when it comes to his data. The biggest thing that really holds Judkins back from an analytical perspective is his receiving market share. He was not a extremely productive receiving back in college. Now, it doesn't mean he can't catch the football. I've seen plenty of highlights of him catching the football and doing interesting things with the ball in his hands. But that's one weakness in his career has been his lack of receiving production. When you move on to his other data, taking a look at things such as his touchdown percentage, yards per reception, and yards per touch, his touchdown percentage is solid, 74 percentile for that one, 55 percentile for yards per reception, and then 72 percentile in terms of yards per touch. Another area where he's pretty much solid. Taking a look at the All-Pro averages, he doesn't hit every single metric when it comes to the All-Pro averages, but he does hit a decent amount of them. He's within range of the yards per touch percentile. He's within range of the yards per reception and the touchdown percentage. He's within range of those areas. Another thing, Pro Bowl averages pretty much hits all the metrics there, except for yards per reception. And then when you look at the starter averages, similar situation. The biggest weakness to Judkins from a data perspective is his receiving production. He was a couple platforms below that area. And whenever you have a back like this, they're kind of inconsistent. Some of them go on to become successful, and some of them end up becoming Darius Geis. Good numbers there, but you do want to see some improvement. Then when you get to his age and competition analytics, this takes a look at his age score, his MSA rating, and his pass score. 94 percentile in terms of his age score. He was 94% better than every single running back since 1969. His MSA rating was 85 percentile, and then his pass score was 91 percentile. And this is why he ranks so highly amongst many people. You know, the receiving market share is not where you want it to be, but he is younger. And because he's younger, because he played at Ohio State and all these other sort of factors for him, and of course Ole Miss, these things will help to catapult him to the next level. Next, we have his first down data. So this little tidbit right here takes a look at how he performed on first down, second down, and third down in terms of his TD percentage, his first down conversion rate, his 10 plus percentage of 10 plus yards, percentage of 20 plus yards, and then a cumulative grade at the end. When you look at his data from this perspective, first down was pretty solid. His TD percentage was 46 percentile. Nothing really crazy to write home about. His 20-yard plus runs were a little below average. And hit overall, again, 64 percentile in terms of his ability on first down situations. Second down, there's a very big dip on second down. And I'm not sure if this is a usage thing at Ohio State, because they did have a running back by committee with Henderson. But when you look at the data there, his TD percentage was 43 percentile, and then his first down conversion rate was only 28 percentile. 10 plus yards was 16 percentile. And then 20 plus yard plays, the percentage of his runs that were 25 plus was 35 percentile. So very low numbers there, significantly below average in terms of second down situations, which again, you might be a usage thing, but that is something that kind of drags down his data. Now, when you get to third down situations, this is where he shines. This is where I think a lot of people are going to put a lot of stock into him. Because when you look at his third down situations, his TD percentage was 82 percentile. His first down conversion rate was only 30 percentile. 10 plus percentage of 10 plus yard runs was 50 percentile, and then 20 plus yard runs was about 35 percentile. And a cumulative grade there was 65 percentile. He pretty much grades almost the same as he did on first down situations, but the TD percentage rises him up a little bit in terms of that data point there. But the conversion rate on third down is a little concerning. 30 percentile is not exactly the best. The biggest thing that I noticed in Judkins' data is that he was a much more efficient back at Ole Miss, particularly in terms of 2022, than he was in 2023 and 2024 with Ohio State. There was some inefficiencies in terms of his data and his overall outlook that are a little concerning there, but solid numbers all around for him here. But again, there are some concerns in terms of his ability in these situations here. Last point before we get to the end of the video is compare and contrast. So this is the metric comparison I was able to find for Judkins. And in terms of metrics, in terms of the running back who tested most similar to Judkins was Clinton Portis. When you take a look at every single metric from his total offensive market share, receiving market share, touchdown market share, TD percentage, his yards per reception, yards per touch, MSA rating, and EAV, he pretty much was closest to Clinton Portis in a lot of ways. Graded out actually a little bit better than Clinton Portis, but similar situation, similar data points here. He had a little bit more touchdowns than Portis as well, but also played on pretty fairly high-end programs. At Clinton Portis, of course, played at Miami, and then Judkins played at Ohio State. When I went into the data and snatched a couple numbers here and there to kind of see where he fit the most. Overall, I would project him as a Pro Bowl to starter player based on his overall data. He doesn't have the elite numbers to indicate a player that would be like an all-pro player, unless you're talking about an outlier at the position. But he does have enough data to suggest that he's someone who will, if he is successful, be a plus type of player. We'll have to see where the combine comes around in terms of his athleticism traits and everything else like that. But even if he does test really well as an athlete, I would still stick to my stance that based on his analytical data as on the production side of things, that he would be more so of a Pro Bowl caliber player to starter player at the next level. Solid prospect. I think in any other draft class, like if Judkins was in any other draft class, he probably would be one of the top running backs in that particular draft class. But in this draft class, with as many backs as we have and the amount of talent that's here, he kind of falls a little short there. But thank you guys so much for watching the channel. I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.